starting from now. Fantastic. Wave! That's amazing. Right, so...
I am waving.
You're waving. No, I believe it. Right. So, this is the second part of our... Am I too hot? I don't know. This is the second part of our Coriolis session. The lovely Rebecca can't join us because it sounds like her laptop had some water spilt on it, which is a shame. However, in a classic RPG style, she has been replaced. In the politest way possible. We've replaced her for now.
It's now a weird double date night.
Yeah, it's gone a little bit crazy. So Simone's other half, Pete. Say hi, Pete.
Hi.
So right, Pete. Basically, what's happening is you're the captain.
Okay.
This doesn't mean anything in itself in terms of you've got extra stuff to do or what have you. I think it's more for this particular thing. I think it's quite a good mechanic to have somebody that the players can sort of bounce off and go, "What do you think, Captain? Because this is your ship and all." But it doesn't even have to go that deep. If you guys want to dick about and do your own thing, that's cool. I just think it's quite a nice mechanic to play around with. So, right, catch up. What happened last week, guys that were 2 weeks ago? Sorry, guys that were here. Explain it.
We
for
were
Pete.
transporting some cargo, which turned out to be a person.
We think. It was a screaming box.
It was.
Yeah.
There was screaming coming from within a box. So what? While you were transporting, what happened?
We came
Found
across
the
a
space
space
station.
station.
Well, you were told to go there. You got a transmission. From a company
I thought it just appeared.
No. You got a transmission from a organization called the Foundation. The money was too good. Do you want me to read out the intro to it again, real quick?
Yeah.
So, the bridge of the Nautilus, which is your ship, is quiet except for the steady hum of the ventilation system and the faint sound of the avionic sensors. You have been travelling through the depths of the Dabaran system for the last week. At first, it was just another mindless, routine job. Pick up and drop off. You have done this 100 times before, but then something happened. A blurry signal from a representative for the Foundation. An offer of a lucrative mission if you found a missing ship, the Shamsa, carrying a professor from Dabaran. The pay was too good to turn down, and the coordinates of the last known position of the ship were just a short detour from your route anyway. So you took it. That was 2 days ago. Now, suddenly, the ship's sensors have come to life. Alerts and prompts warn you of something close by. It's not a ship, it's a station. So that was the setup as to why you are now here. So you're just doing your own thing, and then you guys basically just went, well, this is too good to pass up. So, you found a station. What did you do after that?
Well, it had loads of gross stuff on it, so...
Like a bio growth, wasn't it? Biomatter.
Yes, some
I think the
lovely
technical term.
plants. Some lovely, scary plants.
But we've docked with it.
You docked with it. You did a spacewalk.
Yeah, I had to jump across because we couldn't get close enough.
Exactly, because Isabel's piloting skills were...
I was not rolling sixes.
You were not rolling sixes, no.
No.
So, jumped across, tied yourself to it.
We found a helmet inside the door.
Which was confusing because Rebecca rolled really, really high to basically find out that there was a mark on the side of the helmet. I wouldn't have done that. I'd have just sort of said, you see a mark on the helmet. So, where we last left off, the three of you entered... after sort of assessing from what you could of the outside of the space station, you guys finally managed to get in. You walked through this corridor. You're perfectly right, Simone. You found this helmet, and I believe that's where we ended.
Yes.
Fantastic. Cool. So, Pete, basically, as we go on, I'll sort of explain the rules.
Okay.
Have you RPG'd before?
I have never RPG'd before.
You have never RPG'd before. Okay.
Total noob.
No.
But I have engaged in many conversations on the subject. So I have a base understanding.
Base understanding. You have to roll to do stuff.
Yes.
There we go. So, but basically, with D&D, a lot of it is involved. It's basically to do like the D20. You roll to do a thing, no matter what it is. If you're looking under a table for something, or you try and punch somebody in the face. And then with fighting, you roll a D20 to hit them, and then you roll whatever dice to do damage. Right?
Yeah.
With this game, all you have got. So in D&D, you've got your D20 and crap loads of other dice. In Coriolis, you have got 6-sided dice. That is it. I will ask you to do various checks and things like that, and I'll show you how to do that and how to use your character sheet. It's quite easy. All you have to do is roll a 6.
Okay.
And then you succeed.
Okay.
If you roll 3 or more 6s, you do the thing really well.
You super succeed.
You super do the thing, exactly. That's it.
All right.
There you go. Easy. You're now completely caught up.
Sweet.
So you three, who's going first? I guess the technical term is, what is your marching order? What sort of order are you walking down this corridor?
I'd say Captain would probably go first.
I agree.
By the way, can you guys hear that?
Hear what?
The background.
No.
No?
Oh,
No.
that's so
Was it?
annoying. Okay, you know what? Hang on a minute. Okay, because we have to do this now.
Spooky ambience.
Now can you hear it?
No.
No.
No, but now I can see something on your camera.
You can see something.
No, it's gone.
Okay. Hang on a minute.
Are you going to start playing scary sounds?
Can you hear it now?
No.
God damn it. Okay. Right, guys.
No, wait, I hear some
Wait.
big background sounding. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's a plane going over.
No.
I thought I hear like a distant engine sound. It's kind of cool. No.
Okay, you know what, guys? You know what we're going to do? Because I really want this to work, and I can't believe it hasn't worked. Oh, no, I can believe it, because I've been doing it. I'm going to send you all a YouTube link.
And you want us to open up the YouTube?
I want you to open it up and just play it low. It's nothing creepy. It's just atmosphere.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Okay.
Don't worry. It's absolutely fine. So actually, what I'm going to do is, because we're all on here. Actually, I'm going to put it in the Discord. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's going to be the easiest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Can't I just play my own ambient stuff in the background?
No.
Oh, come on.
That's a solid no. Hey! Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I can actually see you all now.
No idea where I'm looking.
Oh.
Not Simone went
Simone's gone.
into the void.
So
It's like when I was working on shit.
I did something.
you're back.
I pressed something.
You pressed the wrong thing.
I basically.
I don't know how to get to the thing, the link. I don't know what I'm doing.
On the chat,
Oh God.
click on the link,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
You got this.
just play it. Just play it
Yeah.
quiet. Just play it in the background.
Oh, that's nice. I'm
we-
gonna fall asleep. I feel like I'm on a plane. Oh,
It is, yeah.
But you can hear that. You like that?
yeah.
Fantastic.
I just clicked the box saying like where everyone is, and I can see you all now. So that's a
Hey.
plus.
I already use this kind of thing to sleep, so if I do fall asleep, then it's not my fault.
What I'll do
Then
is
then it's in character, and we'll have to like get you back to the ship.
I'm just going to scream really loudly.
Oh God! What if
Just
there's an
to-
advert part way through?
Thing is, anything
There
can
are
happen.
always adverts.
Anything
Yeah.
can happen because
Well-
this is a 10-hour long video. So
Anything. Oh my God.
literally anything can happen. So anyway, right. Let's see if I'm prepared enough for this. So you are walking down this corridor. Okay, I'll just put that up there. Fantastic. Captain is at the front. So this corridor, it doesn't go too far. It probably goes about 20 feet, 15, 20 feet into the interior of the space station. Because it's not huge. As we said, it's not Deep Space Nine. It is like it could be measured in like the hundreds of yards. It's not fecking massive. So you're walking down this corridor, and there's another door. There is again, it's one of those manual handles because there's not enough electricity in this place to automatically do this, to open the doors. So Simone, if you just want to pull the handle, you don't need to roll a check. Just because it's next to you. The thing will mechanically go and in front of you, very dimly lit, there are some like flickering lights in here. You can sort of see. It's almost like the emergency generators are on. But it's very eerie shadows that are playing across this room because of the natural orbit and the fact that the station is turning on its axis. I think it's at every 12 minutes. So the light from the nearest star is lighting this thing up. It's slowly spinning. You walk into an octagonal room. Very bare, very clinical almost. And from this, almost like this, it kind of reminds you guys of like the center of a spider's web. There are 8 doors leading off to different tunnels. So you can see like go up some staircases and what have you from here, including the one that you've just come out of. And above each door, there is a name plate above each one, telling you what you can only assume where these doors lead. Okay. So as you look up, sort of from in front of you, sort of going around, there is living quarters, laboratory, biodome, which immediately strikes you as quite a dangerous place to go because the door is locked. All the other doors appear to be open, but the one to the biodome is actually shut down. It's similar to the door that you've just cranked open, but the door is shut, and there's like a flickering red light next to it. Red, a lot of the time, means do not pass. Engineering, med lab, there's another airlock, and the large array macro sensor, and obviously the one that you just came from. The one to the large array macro sensor, which is if you remember, when you look on the outside of the ship, it was these things that were sort of coming out like antennae, like jutting out from the side, clearly for communication and data gathering. The actual corridor to that has been completely obliterated. It is just full of rubble. You are not getting through there at all. There you go. So it's very dark. There are a few flashing lights. There's this eerie light coming through like these top sort of like sections of glass, and you can see these doors. The question is, where do you want to go?
I feel like the other airlock could possibly lead to the ship we were trying to get into.
Yeah?
But obviously we can't know that until we try that.
Well, that's the thing, is that you saw that there was, from the outside of the ship, you did indeed see that there was another airlock, and you did see the Shamsa docked with it. And the growth was obviously over there, so it looked like it had been here for some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, your intuition would say
that's kind of what
probably
we're here
leads
for,
to there.
So,
So yeah, you're pretty sure that's where that goes. I mean, you have already found the Shamsa, I guess your mission now is to probably try and see if there's any trace of any of the survivors, because you're asked specifically about the professor that was the head of this exploratory journey to this space station.
Maybe we should check out the living quarters then.
Or if it's the professor, maybe the laboratory, because that's probably where he would go.
Yeah.
Laboratory.
Captain? Yeah.
Laboratory seems like it might be
Sciencey
and a place of experimentation, with everything going on and all the growth.
Sure.
The living quarters sounds like a bit more of a safer bet, although that would be where, in emergency, people would kind of go and huddle for safety. So, I mean, between the two, I'd probably say living quarters. That sounds a bit less dangerous, and seems like a bit of a safer bet for now. I mean, what was the capacity of the station for staff?
What do you mean for staff? You mean like a crew complement?
Yeah, that's the one, crew. That's the one.
Oh, it's as far as space stations go, it is very small. This whole thing could probably have been crewed by, I would say, hang on a moment here, bear with me too.
I think you said 7 people last time.
Well, there is, in terms of like a maximum complement, that could have been what was there. You'd say between 7 or 8 people, yeah. That seems about right. More than enough room for them to move about, but there doesn't need to be more people here. So the complement would be about 7, 8 people.
Or if you want to go for living quarters, then yeah, we'll do that.
We could check them out and then check out the lab.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I'd
like
go for the safest place first.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way.
I'm trying to jump into the dangerous areas.
So you want to go to the living quarters?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I would like to do that, please. Fantastic. No, that's completely cool. So obviously there's no door shut here. It literally just sort of goes straight through. Very dark corridor, and there's some stairs. No, sorry, no, not stairs. It's best way to describe it. It's a ladder that goes down. Think of almost like a firefighter like pole, but it's a ladder instead.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So you'll climb down there. And what you see, I shall tell you. So you'll crew down there, sort of get your bearings and look around. What was once a quite sumptuous living quarters for the crew of the station is now just a sad shadow of what used to be. An alley, several yards wide and maybe 5 yards tall, stretches ahead. Obviously, once the centrepiece of the living module, now a rotten monument to the people that lived here. Broken windows, a ceiling painted in the reddish colour of Dabaran's sky, even a few balconies, all engulfed in the dark growth. The living quarters are the area most affected by the catastrophe that doomed the station and its inhabitants. There are still signs of the crew scattered across the area, clothing, odd jewellery, and personal mementos. A table still set with what was once a meal for a family, an unmade bed, a room that served as a studio for a crew member with artistic talents, filled with dusty paintings of a green and flourishing Dabaran, and everywhere the dark growth, its crooked vines clinging onto the walls, growing in unnatural forms, reaching into every corner of what was once the domain of humans. So, I guess you could almost think like a train car, old school. So
Okay.
it is quite narrow, more than enough room for you guys to go down, but quite narrow. And there's sort of, so rather than like Star Trek, each person's got their own very handsomely sized quarters. It's like little rooms that you dip into, but more than enough room for people to sleep and do their hobbies and what have you. And as I say, so there's bits that you can like go into either side of you, and it's actually almost a couple of levels. And as I say, there's even some balconies at the top. You notice actually on one side is balconies where people would just like hang out and have a drink and look down at the other crew, have a chat. On the other side as well, there's this very dark glass panel up on your on the left, like quite high up, facing the balconies. There you are. So what would you like to do in here? So you're basically just at the very start of this sort of quite long, almost corridor.
Well, I guess if we're only at the start of the corridor, we should probably move along it and see what we can find.
Just going to check out the rooms.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. One of the first rooms that you basically come across, like you peer into a few, it's literally just unmade beds and dirty plates and things. The second room on the right, you find an old notebook. It's been there a while, very mouldy pages on there. The last few pages seem to indicate that some kind of disaster has struck the station. When you, who's got the notebook? Who's actually picked it up and had a look at it?
I will have.
You would have. Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So you're flicking through. It's just day-to-day things, talking about the general upkeep of the station, what they had for dinner. Pretty sick of the rations that they have every day, and the writing seems to get more and more desperate. It's talking about just the general destruction, trying to fix certain things that have gone wrong with the station. The very last page is very quick writing. It sort of almost trails off, and it just says...
Just like the dwarfs in Moria.
Just exactly like the dwarves in Moria. And it just says, "We are dying. May the icons bless our souls. I love you, Mother."
Mm-hmm. But we can't see any corpses.
Nobody here.
Kind of don't want to be in the living quarters. Especially if it's the place that's mostly covered in this stuff. I kind of don't. I was going to say I don't want to breathe it in, then I remember we're not stupid enough to take off our helmets.
No, I think you guys kept your helmets on, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
But there was a scan as you guys went in. The air is fine. It is breathable, but Simone made the rather good point of, I don't care. I'd rather breathe something that I know.
I've seen too many alien films.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I second that one.
Okay, so who has got the highest... if you could all look at your observation skill on your character sheets.
I have 2.
I have blank.
You have blank? Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
1.
1. Pete,
Yes.
if you look at your observation thing, you'll see
Yes.
that it says 2 on there. There is also a in brackets. There's another word next to it. Which one's that?
It's wits.
It's wits. Right. If you look on the top left of your sheet, there will be a number. Add
4.
those 2 numbers together.
Yep, I got a 6.
You got 6. Roll 6d6 for me, please.
Not a single 6.
Not a single 6. Okay.
It's a game.
I'm not the only one.
You're the only one. You're just you're looking around. Your colleague here has picked up a notebook and is reading it. The other is just sort of just searching from room to room. There's not really much there. You thought you saw something above you to the left. You swear you saw a face behind the glass. But it's gone. It is just black now. Out of your peripheral vision, you thought you could see something that, like, sort of step back as you looked up. You can't be sure. It might just be the trick of the light. There are panels like facing the outside. There is light sort of still spinning around in here a little bit.
Is that glass leading to outside the station or another?
No.
compartment?
It looks like it's like an enclosed like balcony, just like maybe like a few tables in there or something.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing there. So you sort of go through. You go through the rest of the rooms. The only other thing that you find in the room at the end, there's a functioning memory stick, and it's got Danny Dura written on it. And you actually know, Isabel, that this is just a very famous singer in the Third Horizon. She's had many hits. Not necessarily your favourite, I would say, but yeah. So if you want some music to play, you've got that.
Okay.
Apart from that, you find very little in there. It's just debris, evidence that there were people here and they were living quite happily. As I say, there was one room where there are people painting and things like that of home, it looks like. Other than that, nothing really here.
Do we think that they might have left in a hurry then? If there's like a table set out for a meal, but then...
Well, and also they had time to write down their thoughts of the last few things happening as well.
Yeah.
So that implies that they would have time to do such things.
At least in a rush. Yeah. Yeah,
But
maybe.
then they didn't leave.
Rather than an abrupt stop.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody knew what was happening, but they just tried to carry on as best they could until it happened.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like people had a lot of time to pack or to tidy. If indeed that's what's happened, as you say, there's like a whole like dinner set out. Doesn't even look like it's been touched.
Not even by the green growth.
Oh yeah, it's mouldy as hell. I meant by human hands. No one's tucked in.
Okay.
It's been set out. Oh, it's gross.
Oh yeah, but is it gross, or is it part of the space station of mold gross?
You think looking at it, it does look very similar to growth that has been. It is to a lesser extent in here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not normal mold. It's a lot thicker. It's like a deep green. It's very similar to what you saw growing on the outside of the ship when you did your docking procedure, your spacewalk. Yeah, it looks like it's taking hold in here. Not as bad as the rest of what you've seen so far. But oh yeah, this you have a feeling that this entire place has been sort of taken over by this growth. But yeah, I mean, anything else you guys want to do in here? You've gone through all the rooms. There isn't much else.
I kind of want to like have a look at the growth a bit closer. I know it like grabbed me before, but like, we haven't properly had a look to see what it might be. And if there is a lab, we could always,
That's true.
I don't know, take some with us.
Well, if it's everywhere, then presumably there'll be growth in the lab.
You can take a sample if you like now. It honestly, it doesn't matter at all. Or you can wait later.
Yeah.
It's whatever you guys want to do.
Because it might be in like different like stages of growth throughout different areas. So.
Oh well, in my gear I have a portable lab.
Oh, do you now?
I do. That's what it
Oh,
says.
fantastic. What does that do? Does it just say portable lab?
It just says portable lab.
So good. Let's have a quick look here.
So please tell me more.
You know, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Only because
So there you go. It's whatever you want.
It's whatever you want it to be. If you just want it to make you a McDonald's, it'll just do that in like 10 seconds flat. It's awesome. There isn't really, because this is the quick start guide that we're playing. I'm not bothering with the big rule book. We're literally just playing it straight out of here, which is all you really need. If I had the big thick rule book that was about this thick in front of me, it would have it in there. It's kind of not necessary for what we're doing at the moment, in terms of like that sort of gear, that level of stuff. But I tell you what, if you wanted to study it further, I'll certainly give you like an extra D6 roll on, I would say, science, would it be? Actually, no, I'm just, damn it all, I'm just going to bring up a character sheet to have a look at. That's the kind of guy that I am.
Oh, my science is pretty high, so I'm fine with that.
Okay, you don't need to show off. Calm down.
Yeah, well, I am the captain.
Yeah, where are you? Where are you at? Science. Yeah, I mean, so if I would say that for now, any science tests that you want to do, I'll give you like a +1.
Okay.
Because of your portable lab.
Ooh.
So what would you guys like to do? You have a feeling that you've kind of explored this place to death.
The memory. Well, I was gonna say the memory stick. Are we sure that the only data on that is songs?
It's what it says on the label.
Do we have any way of seeing what data's on there?
We can take it with us. The lab might have a computer.
That's true.
I pick it up.
I did the thing. You pick it up. Cool. No, that's fine.
A portable lab unit can be used for most analysis. Comes with bio, rad, chem, and spectral sensors. Gives a +2 to science when analysing foreign substances and objects.
+2. I meant +2. That's what I said.
Sounds good.
I definitely said +2, not +1.
Well, then, shall we take a sample and put it in the lab,
thing.
in the mobile lab, and see what comes out?
Not that I've stolen your big rulebook, Ed.
Haha! No, hey, you know what? If you wanna reference stuff, if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. I wasn't too far off though.
I will be the oracle.
You'll be the oracle. Oh god, that's gonna get to your head. Can you give me some more duvet, please? Address me as the oracle.
Yeah, damn right.
So, what are you guys doing?
We're taking a sample.
Taking a sample of it. So you're just gonna scrape a little bit off what, like some of the food, or?
Well, the mod didn't. You said the mod didn't have as much of a hold on the food.
Oh, it is on it, but it's as I say, it's not as thick, it's not as strong as you have seen it in other parts and on other parts of this vessel thus far. But it'll certainly do a thing if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, what do you guys think? Maybe early stages or late stages of the mold for testing?
Take a bit of each.
Yeah, it's good to try all of it, really.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're gonna get a little sample now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So you're going to, I don't know, get a little like scalpel or something to slowly scrape it into it's a little best way to describe it. Almost looks like a very small paint pot that you kind of load into this thing. You sort of set it clink into the top. So if you want to roll your +2 to your science.
My science is 3.
Yes. So it's 3, and it's connected to your wits attributes.
Yes.
Which is 4.
4.
So you're going to roll 9d6 in total.
Ooh, damn.
So you're 7 for adding those two together, +2 for your laboratory.
Let me just grab a few more. How many was that? 9.
9.
6, 7, 8, 9. Right. One 6.
1 6.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a pass. It's a success. It's literally a success. Well done. That's fantastic. Basically, your this little kit that you've put it on the table. You've scraped off your sample of a pot about a few centimeters high and about 3-4 centimeters across. You've loaded it into the top and pressed the analyze
Be
button.
right back, dying.
Yeah, please. Die in your own time, Sakura. Oh god, is she okay? Have we killed her?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Did she take her helmet off?
Oh,
Oh no!
the mold.
The mold!
The hideous mold.
Sorry about that.
That's
Didn't
fine,
think you all wanted to listen to me coughing.
You all died, so
Oh crap.
yeah, sorry about that. GG.
It's done now.
It's done.
You
Game's
took
done.
you took your helmet off.
Yeah.
Started coughing.
And for some
now
reason
you're
that meant
dead.
everyone else died, so...
Oh no.
Didn't want to live anymore.
So you're 6, but basically it will sort of tell you what you already knew. When you first sort of boarded the ship, the space station, your character looked at this growth to begin with, and it was nothing you have ever seen before. It's like no algae or moss or fungus or like mold you have ever seen before. Basically, this test just confirms that. It just says it's not in the database. The big red light flashes, says cannot comply.
Okay, so there's no point in testing anymore, really.
No.
Yeah, so it doesn't give us any,
Okay.
like,
No.
what it's even made of or anything, it just confuses the system.
I mean, what you get. All this test did is confirm what you already knew, which is you have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe there will be some answers in the lab. Maybe they did some
Indeed.
tests.
Yeah, I really want to go to the lab.
Mate, who
Yes.
even knows?
And this is a research
Oh,
ship,
God.
so you would think that they might have more comprehensive equipment than the portable lab.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
we can
then
update our
probably
database.
Really, you feel, because this is one of your expertise, like flora, fauna, like fungus, things like that. You kind of feel like you're probably amongst the first people to ever come across whatever species this is. So everything that you know about it thus far has literally been through first-hand experience within the last 5 minutes of you being on this station. That's how long you've been here. You literally got into the station and went, oh cool, yeah, we'll just walk through. Your 5 minutes knowledge is probably what the human race knows about this fungus at the moment.
Okay.
Does that mean we get to name it?
Not this again.
Not this again. If honestly,
No, it's fine. Well, great name.
when you've got the time, you're already there going, I can think of some good things for this. This is going to be awesome. I mean, what you've already seen thus far is where it grew, where this fungus, this growth grew more thickly. There have been like purple flowers sprouting from it, from these sort of like gnarled, like this root type thing. Like most plants, it leans toward the sun. You did
Is
see
it a fungus or a plant, Vivian?
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't know.
It is all things to all men.
Biologist, woman.
Yeah. You're getting a bit mixed up.
Hey, I'm a GM. No, damn it, Jim, I'm a GM, not a biologist. You actually did see it pretty much attack your colleague. When you went
Yeah,
in.
it groped me.
It wrapped around Roya's hand when she was trying to break into the airlock from the outside going in. When you guys did your spacewalk. So what you know right now is that it does have purple flowers that favour being directed to the sun, and it looks like it will maybe not even attack, just
Absorb.
it might be like a defensive mechanism, you don't know. So that is literally all you know right now about this thing. There you are.
Can we move on to the lab?
Yes.
While you are crowded around this disgusting looking dinner table, looking at this plant / fungus, you hear a noise behind you.
Organism.
An organism, we'll call it that. You hear a glass break behind you.
Why? Okay.
Maybe it was just me knocking a glass over with my massive butt.
Was it a cat? Could there be a cat?
Space cat.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wouldn't turn around to see what it actually was. You guys just say going, I wonder what it could be.
Is it a cat?
It's definitely a
probably
space cat. Yeah. Space cat. We don't need to ever leave this room.
But, like, instinct says that we would turn around anyway, so I guess I just assumed we would. But okay, if we have to say that, then yeah.
What you see, because this is quite I say long corridor. It has got some length to it. It's not, you're not right by the door that you went into. Turning around, you see this figure moving towards you quite quickly. You see.
Do we have
this...
weapons?
You do have.
I've got a pistol.
You have weapons.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
What you see in front of you is this humanoid form that's wearing. It looks like sort of like khaki green overalls. And the light, the way that it's coming through right now through these panes of glass, is sort of jutted down at an angle. The more it comes towards you, first off you see its legs, then you see its chest, and you can actually see on its chest there is a badge, and it is the registration number of the space station. You see it just has IAR 18 crew on it. And as it comes lunging towards you guys, you finally see this face, and half of it is human male on its right side that looks like it's whimpering, and on the other side it's covered in this green thick growth pretty much down
I'm having goosebumps flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, what, the books?
Wasn't there no, like the TV show, there was an episode where the kid went into his basement and his dad was all covered in this weird plant, and it was...
Or fungus, we don't know.
Yeah.
Literally nobody knows. Nobody can tell anyone what this is at any point.
Okay.
And it's lunging towards you. It caught you unawares. So what I would like all of you to do now is roll initiative.
Okay.
This is the first time we're in combat.
How do we do that?
What I would like you to do is get one of your fine 6-sided die. One, and roll that bad boy.
Oh, for once I rolled a 6.
Huzzah.
I got a 2.
I also got a 6.
Right,
I'm gonna die.
No, we'll protect you. It's fine. You're
I'm
behind
gonna
us.
die.
Right. Could you... Isabel and Pete, could you both roll again?
Just the one?
Just the one.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 3.
You got a 3, right. So Pete actually goes first. And then it's Isabel.
Okay.
And then it's Simone. However, because this thing basically jumped you, it's actually going to swing at you first. Right, okay, this is the first time I'm trying combat, so please bear with me. I need to bring up some of this data. Look, I've got a little whiteboard, look, with you guys on it. Look how cool that is. I thought
We can't see that.
I was gonna say, I can't actually see you, Ed.
it's for the people that will be watching it.
Oh,
Fine.
I put it in my doodle book.
I only came to see your handsome face.
Well,
What's the point?
but you see it every day.
Yeah.
Oh, my money back.
Right, so combat. So the way this works is, for those of us that are familiar with D&D, it's very similar. Like everyone rolls their D20 and adds to it or whatever. This is literally just a straight up rolling 1d6 and see who goes first. Rather than having like an action and a movement and a bonus action, you have got action points that you spend. Each of you have got 3 action points to spend on your turn, and you can save them up to like counter an attack or what have you. So this is where it gets a bit complicated the first couple of times we do this, because you guys have no idea what any of this means. I need to find the list now. Bear with, everyone. Bear with. Where are we? We're nearly there. Oh, come on. This is all literally... Okay, right, here we go. So, there are different types of action point. There is slow, normal, fast, and free. A slow action costs all 3 of your action points. Normal costs 2, fast costs 1, and free costs 0. Hence free. So you can do 3 fast actions, or a normal and a fast, or 1 slow. That's how you spend your action points. So I guess the best way is I'll ask you guys what you want to do, and I'll tell you how many points that costs and if you can and can't do it. So like a slow action would be things like steadying your gun and firing rather than just half-arsing it, or tinkering with a gadget, administering first aid, things like that. A normal action is attacking in close combat, firing a normal shot, reloading a weapon. Fast actions are sprinting a short distance, taking cover, drawing a weapon, picking up an item, things like that. And free actions are use your armor against an attack, defending in an opposed roll, or a quick shout to a comrade. So it's that sort of thing.
Okay.
So should we try this? Should we try this first round of combat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, balls. I've got to find the sodding... I've got to find my boy. Hang on.
Not suitable for work.
It's okay. You can say balls.
I say it quite a lot of work.
But it's not suitable for work.
Well, at my work, we remove balls.
I was going to say, it is when you're dealing with balls.
Yeah.
Literal balls.
Literal balls.
Exactly.
Balls.
Sometimes there's balls in
I wanted to be part of the moment.
Balls.
Everyone was saying it.
I kind of wish we had somebody in another window doing sign language. Because people are missing out.
Don't forget the balls counter at the bottom corner.
Balls counter. We need a balls counter. Okay,
you should put subtitles, Ed.
I think on YouTube that can actually be done. I haven't tried it.
Does it can do it automatically?
I believe it can do it automatically. So as long as we're not...
What a time to be alive.
Oh, right. I can't wait.
Balls.
It's
Balls.
gonna say the weirdest stuff.
I'm excited. Anyway, so... here's my man. Okay, cool. Right, so, I'm just trying to think the best way of doing this. So I'm just going to draw this out. What was your marching order when you came in to this place? Let's do it that way. So who's in front? That was the captain.
It is I.
It is I. Who was just after?
I'm not sure.
Who would be bringing up the rear in this scenario? Who do you think?
In my head, I was bringing up the rear, so I'm happy to stick with that if you want.
So you're bringing up the rear.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
That's not even a problem.
That means I'm probably going to be hit first.
You're going to be hit first.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this thing running at you, you have time to quickly just look at it. Whatever is on this guy that used to be a guy, is this growth. It doesn't even look like it's on. It looks like it's actually a little like around the edges under the skin, and what almost looks like these like dark green veins that sort of lead from it. So it looks like it's just slowly creeping through and taking over. So what's going to happen is it's going to run up and attack you, Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I've got this right. So I am so for a melee attack, which is what this thing is going to do. I literally need to roll its melee combat check, which you all have, which is connected to strength. So
Blank.
for me, it's going to be 2d6. Don't worry, that's not what I've rolled. You guys can't see me. Whatever. So I'm going to roll 2d6.
So then I roll 3. Because my strength is 3.
No.
No?
What happens? What happens is. What happened was. Let me just bring up melee combat again. I've read this about 9 or 10 times. It's just always because I've still got D&D in my head.
And until you actually do it,
Yeah, it's going to take me a little while, so I do apologise.
Yeah. It can be a bit in one ear and out the other until you actually do it, and then it makes sense.
That is it. That is the one.
Because I never listen when you tell me how to do stuff until I actually do it.
Huh?
Exactly.
Haha, you got me. It says range. So melee combat, right? Blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter if you haven't. When engaged in close combat, you can attack. This is typically a normal action, and you test the skill melee combat. The enemy then chooses if he or she would take the blow or attempt to defend, which would be a free action. For NPC, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so so I roll my melee, and so do you.
So I roll my 3d6.
In this instance, though, you don't have to because I rolled 2 5s.
Ah, okay.
So I've
you
missed.
suck.
So what would happen is if I roll 2 6s,
I would have to roll 3 to beat you.
Well, you'd have to roll at least 2.
Okay.
So basically, this thing is just it hasn't got any weapons on it. It's just its long, like thick fingernails, and it's just raking at you, and it goes.
Gross.
But you manage to just go wah and just duck out the way entirely, so you do not get hit at all. Pete.
Yes.
You have only just figured out what the hell is going on. You've been surprised by this thing. You're pretty sure that this is the same thing that you saw above. You thought like this shadow that you saw out the corner of your eye, half of it was in shadow. Turns out it wasn't. You could only just see half its face because the other side of it was covered in this dark growth. So, your character sheet. Let's have a look. What are you armed with, buddy? On the bottom there.
Accelerator pistol.
An accelerator pistol. Right, so ranged attack. You get a +1 to your roll. I think you literally roll your ranged combat skill, which looks like it's ranged combat is 1.
1.
Plus your
and then 4 for agility.
4. So you roll 5.
Well, my accelerator pistol also says it's a bonus of +1. Is
Sorry,
that to damage or
you
to a roll?
I believe it's to the roll, so you roll 6.
Woohoo. Two 6s.
2 6s. My goodness me. Okay, right, so you've definitely hit it. But basically, for the purposes of this, I'm just going to assume you had your weapons drawn anyway, because this is a creepy-ass space station. Let's have a look here. Did you... Well, yeah, no, I won't say that you did an aimed shot. I'm just going to say you did a normal shot, because I don't think you had time to line something up. You just kind of went, what the hell? And fired at it. Fire your weapon at targets further away. Blah, blah. Right, so here we go. Oh, no, so that basically means that you hit, and you inflict your damage onto this thing, which is 2, I believe.
Yes.
So, yeah, so you pull out your pistol and just go, what the hell? Fire it at this thing. It takes this bolt, this high energy bolt, straight into the shoulder and just sort of knocks it as it's sort of it's been. This momentum has been going forward to try and get to your comrade here. Slams right into its shoulder and just completely mucks up its momentum. So you've done 2 damage to this being, which I'm going to let you guys know its actual name is 2.
Okay.
It's just weird.
Oh, well, if you name it, it feels worse when you hurt it.
But 2 is okay. If it was called, like, Jeremy, I'll be like, no, why?
No, not Jeremy.
Oh,
But
no,
2.
now he's called Jeremy.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's called 2, and it definitely does not make you think there's more of them. Anyway, so Simone.
I don't want to go to the lab anymore.
Oh wait, no, sorry, no, it's Isabel's turn.
It is I, the Oracle.
It is you, the Oracle. So this thing is up in your grill, basically trying to scratch your throat out.
Okay.
You can do your melee combat.
Mm-hmm.
What weapon do you have?
I have a Vulcan pistol.
You have a Vulcan pistol. You can try to use that, but you will get a -3 on your roll.
Why?
Because it is right up in your grill. If you've got something...
Surely that makes it easier to aim.
Yes, it would be, except that you're trying to fight this thing off with your arms while you are holding a pistol. It would be easy to aim if it was lying on the ground. Or sat in a chair going, I've got nothing else to do. So you can use your... Hang on, where are we? Yeah, you can use your Falcon pistol. You get a +1 bonus, but it'll be a -3. So basically -2, if you want to use it. -2 dice, not to the general score, because that's not how this game works, of course.
Well, that doesn't sound... So how many dice would I end up with?
What's
Is
your
it-
ranged... So if you want to shoot it,
Yeah.
what's your ranged combat thing? So it's 2, plus
2.
your agility, which is 5, so you'd have 7, plus 1 for your bonus, which is 8, but
-2.
-3
-3.
because you're trying
That's
to...
Meh. Yeah, that's more than my melee, so
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna try and shoot him in the
You're
face.
sort of like a Han Solo style pilot, so you're going to try and shoot first anyway.
I rolled 2 6s.
2 6s, fantastic. So as this thing is trying to claw at you, as you're trying to manage to get your gun out and just go close range, and you deal exactly like that. You deal 2 damage to that bad boy.
Nice.
It felt that one.
How much damage would I have dealt if I had won on the melee combat?
I don't know.
I was just curious.
That's a good question, though. We need to learn these things. As I say, I've read the combat thing so many times. I was like, right, I know it's coming tonight. I just literally forgot everything. It's awesome. So let's find the melee here. So melee combat. So so it just says your attack hits and you inflict your weapon damage on the enemy. See below. Hang on. It just says you inflict your weapons damage. That's literally all it says. You inflict your weapons damage.
Okay.
Which is 2.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so there you go.
I shoot him.
You shoot him, square in the chest. Yeah, sort of adds another sizable hole to the one that he's already got in his shoulder. Looking very weak now. that badge it did have on, which is the only sort of thing to identify that it was human at all, is not there anymore. It now just looks like a mess with legs. Simone.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay.
So you're not in close.
I have a knife.
You have a knife. Hang on. Let's bring up your character.
Good for stabbing.
Yeah.
Well, you have a knife. You do have a Legionnaire's carbine.
Yeah, but
Do you want to get in close and personal to this thing?
like if I'm gonna do it properly, you know.
You want to go in for the finishing blow?
Yeah, right in the face.
Right in the face?
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. So
I'll stab him in the face.
So you're going to spend some actions moving toward this thing, right? Before you stab it. You're only about sort of 5 feet away. Let's have a quick look here in terms of I had it a minute ago. In terms of your actions, here we go. So fast action. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant it's 5 yards away. Yeah, sorry. D&D is feet. This is yards. It's the same mentally. Just because it's a different name, it's confusing me. So what you're going to do is spend 1 action point sprinting a short distance toward this.
Okay.
So you're going to sort of go round Isabel and try and how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna stab it? In the head? You're gonna slash it open?
Yeah. I want to go overarm right into the top of the head.
Nice. That excites me. Okay, cool. So, so you've spent 1 of your 3 action points.
Okay.
As a fast action, sprinting around to this guy, and then your next thing is going to be. So sprint short distance. Blah 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 blah. Doing the gadget. Bear with me 2 ticks. Attacking close combat is a normal action. Yeah, so after this you have spent all of your actions for this turn. You spent 1 fast action, which is 1 point, sprinting a short distance toward it, and you're going to spend 2 action points attacking in close combat. So, okay, awesome. We know what we're doing. That's fantastic. So, here we go. This is you. So it's your melee combat score, which is 2.
2.
Plus your strength, which is 4.
4, so 6.
You don't get a bonus, unfortunately, with your Dura knife. It's a +0.
Okay, so...
so you're going to roll 6 6-sided dice, please.
Okay. Nope.
No?
No.
Tell you what you can do.
I can go again.
You can pray to an icon.
Yeah. I'm going to have to.
So, Pete, what happens is... If you miss a thing, or muck up in any way, any form of check, you can pray to the icons, which are these entities, these gods of this this third horizon that you're in. This doesn't cost anything in terms of an action. You can straight up, if you fire with a pistol, if you try and hack something, if you stab someone in an overarm arc in the top of the head with a knife and you miss it, you can just go bugger and send up a quick prayer to a specific icon. Now, each icon is tied into its own like attribute or skill, which is on page 14, because I knew this would happen, because I just know my onions. So, what you want to do, sweetie darling, darling sweetie, is... And I've got these cool cards as well. You're going to pray. The icon that you want to pray to is the dancer.
Okay.
I'm quite interested in this from the sake of roleplay. What would you sort of say? Because obviously you're not getting on your knees, putting your hands together and going, "Oh, please, dancer, let me strike this thing," because that means it'll just bite your head off. So what would a quick prayer be to this icon?
I pray for dexterity and strength towards my enemy.
I like that. So just a quick utterance.
Mm-hmm.
So what this means, Pete, is Simone gets to re-roll her entire attack.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, so you're
I
going to go
don't
again.
want
So you missed, and you send a quick prayer, and you
Yeah.
suddenly get this feeling, this urge, this surge of adrenaline, and you just feel like you've got just a fraction of a second to just have literally another stab at this monstrosity that's trying to take down your comrade. So roll those
Okay.
dice.
No. Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
That's fine.
I'm gonna die.
You're not going to die. You haven't been hit yet.
Yeah, but I will. Jesus.
And surely you have
I wanted to do
armor.
my cool attack. Oh.
There's next time. Don't worry. So that was quite cool. So Simone prayed to the icon, the dancer, which I just put a card under the camera here. You guys can't see it, but the people that are watching can. But of course you'll be watching this back later on because you're really keen on this. When you pray there and then, you get to re-roll your dice to try whatever it is again. If you pray beforehand, so if you're on your way and thinking, I feel like something's going to go on, I'm going to say a quick prayer to, it could be the dancer, it could be the judge, the faceless, the traveller, whatever. If you do that beforehand, send a quick prayer, not only do you get to re-roll your dice when you decide to utilise it, you also add a die to it. If you happen to find yourself in a chapel or a cathedral or a specific place of worship, and you pray there beforehand, not only do you get to re-roll everything, you add 2d6 dice to it. So you can basically, you can have one in the chamber. Basically, you can get a freebie if you choose to pray for something beforehand. But because it's so specific, because you prayed to the dancer for help with something, for you to stab that person in the face. If you suddenly wanted to hack a computer and you're going to go, I'm going to use my prayer, you have to make sure that it was the right deity that you prayed to begin with, otherwise it won't work. So if you're going somewhere specifically with the idea to hack a terminal or stab someone in the head, and you want to pre-pray, you have to make sure that you've got that specific one in mind first. Anyway, you failed. That didn't work. So, it's going to go back round again to 2. This creature, this monstrosity, that has only got eyes to tear Isabel limb from limb. To tear Nima Dulsufi limb from limb. Your pilot, I hasten to add.
Hooray.
That's really the only person that kind of knows how to fly your boat. So it is going to do its 2 attacks again. I need to get some. Do you have any sticky notes, darling? Not for now, but for next time, because this is just a pain in my backside.
But they're really cute one with banana cats on, so
Oh, I love
can't
banana.
have them.
Oh my god.
I probably have some others that I can find for you. But you're not having my banana one.
I promise I don't want anything fancy. I know I'm not good enough.
You can't have my banana cat.
I don't want your banana cats! Oh my god.
Look how wonderful they are.
I want banana cats.
They're
They're
very
adorable.
Oh my god, banana.
We went back into that shop twice.
What shop?
What was it called?
It's in Neal Street in London.
Is it
In
Art
Covent
Box?
Garden.
Art
Yes,
Box.
it's Art Box.
Of course it is.
What?
Yeah.
We never saw banana stuff. Oh.
We shall look again. Not like we're not
Treachery.
always in there.
Your
They got
Catson's been
this
going there without you.
Pencil that has a little cat's paw on it. Cute.
And everything smells like raspberries.
Yeah. and this very cute pen with cat on the end.
So while Nima Dulsufi
Sorry.
is going through her pencil case,
Showing off all of my Asian stationery.
Yeah, where's that space cat?
Where's that space cat though? Yeah. This thing is just attacking to holy hell. So it's going to be rolling again. It's 2d6 for melee combat. I think what you have to do is you have to name whether or not you're going to spend an action to defend. Isabel.
Yes.
You're going to do that. Okay, so
yes.
Let's roll our dice together, shall we?
How many am I rolling?
I believe whatever your melee combat is.
Okay, that's just my strength, so it's 3.
3? Okay, so it's your 3 against my 2.
Am I gonna die?
What do you roll?
I will show you what I rolled. Oh no! I dropped them. I didn't roll any 6s.
You didn't roll any 6s?
No.
Well, you know what you can
I got 2 2s and a 5.
2 2s and a 5. You know what you can do?
What? Pray?
You can pray.
I think I'm gonna pray
You're
because
gonna pray?
I don't want this long-nailed, green-faced freak to cut me up.
You've got health points. It doesn't matter.
Is it possible for one of us to defend her with a free action?
From the looks of it, in terms of the list of action points, I don't think you can for free action.
Okay.
So let's have a quick look here. Oh, it's a. Oh, so you can parrying in close combat, I think, is what this is. So, do you want to use a fast action to do that? Which is what you're
me?
rolling. Sorry, you've done that anyway. That's fine. So you're going to roll again. You're going to pray to the icons.
Yes.
Right. So, hang on. I'm going to tell you who you're going to pray to.
Okay.
Whoever's listening. So this is where they come. Oh no, so it's going to be the dancer again. So what prayer do you offer up to the dancer mid flurry of combatness? Help me.
Yeah, I pray to make my combat moves dance like the northern lights on a winter night.
The northern lights of where? Earth it was?
Yes.
Ah, okay, awesome.
The myth.
The myth.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell Pete something and to remind you two of something as well.
Okay.
Go on, do a roll.
Oh, right. No, I know about the prayer thing. Yeah.
No, I'm still not rolling 6s.
Still not rolling 6s. Every time, Pete, we roll. You guys roll to pray to the icon. Roll to pray to the icons. Every time you pray to the icons, I get a thing. I get a thing called a darkness point.
Ah.
That I can use at my will whenever I want.
For what such things?
For what such things?
An extra
For messing with us.
Yeah.
Extra dice.
To mess with your mind and your weak, fragile human bodies.
Ach, my noggin.
He's a maniac! Maniac! Sure. Yeah, so that so look, sensible answer. Yes, I can use that to if the situation allowed for it, to reinforce the forces that you're fighting, to force you to re-roll something, to allow me to re-roll something, stuff like that.
Okay.
I have a whole table that I can choose from. Different things cost different darkness points. So if I just wanted to do the equivalent of you stubbing your toe, it would cost 1. You know, something along those lines. If I wanted your gun to blow up, it would cost me, like, a lot.
Yeah.
To reinforce, it would be like 2 to 3 darkness points, things like that. So just remember that right now I've got 2 darkness points for the future. Delicious. So yeah, so he hit you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Let me find... Yeah, weapons, hands. You have suffered 2 points of damage, Nima Dolsufi. So you did have...
I did have 8.
8. You see, you're fine. Just stand there and go, what? What, son? What even is?
I'm a quarter the way to dead.
A quarter the way to dead, good lord.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. So that is its turn, because it is just concentrating on devouring you in any way that it can. So we are back to... Pete.
Yes.
What are you doing? Same again?
How much does firing a shot cost in terms of action points? Is that just...
right, sure. So
2.
let's have a quick look. I mean, you can take it like a sort of steady shot if you want. Let's have a quick look. Quick. Amazing.
Quicker.
So if you wanted to, for 3 action points, you can fire an aimed shot. So what this does is... God, I'd love to know. I'd love to know what this does. Aim shot. If you take your time to aim a shot carefully before squeezing the trigger, you get +2 to your attack roll. This makes your attack a slow action, costing 3 action points instead of the normal action points, which is 2. You cannot make an aimed shot against an enemy with whom you are engaged in close combat. There is simply no time to aim. But you're not, because you're stood quite far back.
Ah!
So you, my friend, get +2 to your attack roll. So if you look at your... sorry, you're still called Rebecca on the character sheet, never mind.
I can deal with that, that's fine.
It's fine. So
I'll be called worse.
Your 1 plus 4, so 5 plus 1 for your bonus. So you have got 5. No, 6.
Well, it's agility plus range combat plus bonus for accelerator pistol plus 2.
Plus your 2, yeah. So 8.
Ooh.
Let those dice flow.
Let's see what happens. Well, I've lost 1, but I've got another spare, so let's go. 2 6s.
Oh! And how much damage
right?
does your pistol do?
It does 2.
It does 2 damage.
Do I get a bonus for a nicely carefully aimed shot, though?
How do you kill it?
Nice.
Straight in the head.
Straight in the head.
I want to make sure it's down, assuming that is the core.
Are you going to double tap?
Oh, am I really making sure?
Well, no, dude, you've killed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. So how do you kill it? So as you aim up your shot in a sort of, just very professionally, everyone's very impressed. Going to shoot it in the head. So describe to us in gory detail what happens to this thing as you shoot it in the face. Does its head?
Its head kind of go like blows back, but in a weird mushy way, like if you had kicked an off pumpkin.
Yeah. Oh, because it's all
Very
moldy and
seasonal.
stuff. Yeah, seasonal.
Hey, I work at a supermarket. I know what that looks like. It's a bit goopy, slightly fibrous.
Nice.
That is outstanding. So it just sort of half explodes, half caves in.
Yeah.
Just like, ah.
Are you gonna carve something like?
Oh, creepy.
A little smiley
Or
face.
can you at this point?
So this bolt just makes this thing's head explode, like sort of that stereotypical anime, just everywhere. It is gross. It's disgusting. This thing falls to its knees and then to the floor. All that's left is its jaw, like above its neck. You've killed it. That's it. You're now out of initiative. You've killed this thing. That's awesome. There we go. Should we leave it there?
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger?
Oh yeah, we haven't had dinner. That would help.
Yeah, we carried
Now
on
I
for a
don't
little bit
really
longer,
want
but-
any. Maybe I want some pumpkin
Yeah.
soup.
I just want something squelchy. I don't know why.
Something fibrous.
Oh.
That's what I look for in a meal.
Yeah. Something with strands.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Oh.
Seasonal.
I'm sad now. I'm sad inside.
I'm sad now as well. So
Jeremy, no.
So
Why,
how
Jeremy,
did you guys find that then? Bearing in mind you literally just went into one room.
Well, if
No, it was good.
like we roll so many die and then like dice and then it just no sixes.
No sixes.
It's so frustrating.
It's
In
a very
hindsight-
Yeah, it's good.
sorry. Go on.
It's
Jake.
really good. No, I was
So
going to say,
annoying.
in hindsight, I probably should have told my crew about what I saw through the window. And then go, you might want to check your ass about that.
Hey.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, this is the
But-
thing. It could be that you
Secrets.
just sort of thought, oh, it's literally nothing. As I say, it could have been a reflection of something. You thought you saw a face.
Yeah. Wasn't even Space Cat. Disappointed.
Sorry. What can I say?
Is at least Space Cat one of the deities I can pray to?
A space cat should be a deity, or is not a deity. Sorry.
Is it
Oh.
Nyang Cat though?
You.
It's in space.
That's a space cat.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Take off the helmet, breathe in deeply, and then see what happens. See,
Okay.
see what you see out of a window.
I will. Yeah, I'm sure I'd see a Pop-Tart cat out the window.
Probably tripping on that growth. That's horrendous.
Whatever your true heart's desire.
Yeah,
Pop Tart
Green.
a wizard's kiss.
That green and black.
Yeah. Cool. No, as I said, this is what I love about like role playing games is that you have literally been in a room, found somebody's very small music collection.
Real cat.
Real cat. It's taken like over an hour to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed it because that's only obviously like a small thing. You've still got quite a few rooms to do.
Yeah. Hey, kitty.
Lily, come say hi to everyone.
Are we going to get Internet Kitty?
Yeah. That's how you get famous on the internet.
Grab her.
Yeah.
Forget what's
Bonus
just
points.
happened.
Don't let her
Cat.
go. You're weak.
I'm supposed to roll for initiative. Come
Roll-
back.
Yeah.
Hang on, I shall get treats.
You're still connected.
It's like an American sitcom.
Okay.
I thought she was going to fall flat on her ass. Just. Boing.
Get on. I've gotten out the bad treats as well.
I thought you were
Carry on
going to
now.
go premium and get the meat sticks.
No. These were given to me. I don't voluntarily buy Felix.
You don't have to defend yourself.
I do.
Pick her up. Shout to the camera.
Hang on.
No,
Gotta gain
I
her
don't want
trust.
to. If you don't move, they can't see you.
No.
Yay!
Look, treats, Lily. She doesn't care.
Does not give a.
Look, that's right. Show everyone your butt.
It's actually just underneath, so it's fine. We got some natural like censoring going on.
Yeah, it was all tail.
It's all tail.
Show us some tail.
this is content.
She really likes these treats.
This
What
is what
treats?
everyone was going for.
The people are just going to skip to this bit.
Yeah.
I've worked so
Yeah.
hard.
Just put in the comments to skip to like 1 hour
Just
15.
skip to 1 hour 15 for
No,
the,
you should,
for the
no,
good
you should,
shit.
You should splice it in randomly. You have to watch the whole thing.
So roll initiative. Cat! And then what happens is...
Roll
There we
initiative.
go,
Oh,
cat
that's
butt.
Yay! Cat butt.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to stop recording now.
Aww, bye.
But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And obviously
Yeah,
we'll
thoroughly.
carry on. We'll see who's going to be Rebecca next time.
Who knows?
Who knows? But
do I get a guest starring then on this episode?
Whoa, this is the thing. I don't know. I have no idea.
There are other characters in the game though, so if Pete enjoyed it, he could play one of the other two.
For the purposes of this specific thing,
I
it is
prefer
ill-advised
Lady
for somebody to take over an NPC. That's all I'm saying. No, basically.
I stopped listening. There was a cat.
I know you did. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, wave to the camera, everyone. We'll do this same time in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Awesome. Bye.
Waving bye.
I know you're waving. Bye.
How do I leave?